Mr. R. Venkataramani, the Attorney General of India, Tushar Mehta, the Solicitor General, Kapil Sibal, the President of Supreme Court Bar Association, Rachna Srivastava, Grant Yadav, members of the bar, I begin with a saying, often a person's true character is revealed in not what they say about themselves, but in what they choose leave unsaid. I believe there's some truth in it, but this was not the only reason why I brought myself as a judge. The reason was reverence to the office. But now, as I stand here, because of my retirement, if you permit me, I like to speak about my life, my journey. This is certainly an emotional moment for me. Having served on the bench for 20 years, I've attended many favors. The sentiment commonly expressed on such occasions is that of mixed feeling, a bittersweet moment. Let me confess, I'm simply happy. I also feel blessed to have retired as the Chief Justice of India. For me, becoming a judge of the High Court itself was a dream come true. My earliest memories of the judiciary are shaped by watching my father's journey from his time as a civil judge to his elevation as a judge of the Delhi High Court. Those memories stay with me and will remain forever. I was enrolled as an advocate at the age of 23, and at the age of 45, I had the honor of being elevated to the bench as a judge of the High Court. But the path wasn't easy. Between 2000 and 2005, I had a share of my stormy sea. But when the moment finally came, my father was no longer there to see it, and his elder brother, who has been my role model, could not share my joy as he was suffering from dementia. However, it is only after donning the robes of the judge that I truly understood the weight of responsibility bestowed on us by the Constitution and the people of this country. I also came to understand how demanding and exhausting judgeship can be. Within 3 months of my elevation, from September to December 2005, I was given a very heavy board, often hearing between 75 to 100 matters a day. I ended that period by reserving nearly 100 judgments. In January, I presided over the company court, which came with a slightly lesser board, and the judgment began rolling out. Again, from 2010 2017, by way of rotation, I presided over a bench that decided murder appeal and income tax appeal, the most unpopular rosters in the Delhi High Court. But I never saw it as a burden, and to my benefit, it gave me a deep and necessary connection with the kind of work that got me recognition in the Supreme Court. Then came my highest honor, one I neither pursued nor expected. At 59, I was called to serve as judge of the Supreme Court of India, and at 64, I had the privilege of taking the oath as the Chief Justice. Now at 65, as I prepare to retire, I do so with gratitude, reflection, and yes, with a sense of satisfaction. Age will see me off as a judge, and I can say this, I'm equally eager to get rid of the judge in. This morning, as the robes were hung for the final time, the weight of responsibility lifted from my shoulder, and quite honestly, I felt a sense of bliss. In truth, it feels like a beginning of a new life, a chance to reclaim time and to be just without constant pull of duty and long hours of work from before sunrise to well past sunset. I've been now working as a lawyer and then as a judge for 42 years, which I suspect must be close to the average age of this audience today. These 40 years and early years have been shaped by contribution by many. My parents lived a life of simplicity and moral uprightness, something they instilled in us very early on. Even today, they remain my moral compass. My mother was a professor in Hindi literature at the Lady Shri Ram College. My father, one could hardly see him. He was most often found in his paper books, with his paper. Yes, my mother never wanted me to become a lawyer. She cautioned me, it's not an easy profession. Simplicity and straight talk do not always thrive. You'll never make a living. I must admit, as a lawyer, I was never commercially minded. However, in retrospect, judgeship and legal profession has perhaps given me more than I deserve. That I could accomplish something without having to change myself is the credit and strength of us. My mother will be happy and pleased that my decision was right. As an advocate, I had to start from scratch. While my father and uncle were strong influence, they never introduced me to seniors, nor did they steer work in my direction. I had to wait for 17 years before I could have half a chamber to myself. Initially, it was late Mr. Vikramjit Nair who extended me courtesy of sharing his chamber. That chamber was unlike the one you see today. It was bare-bones. No air conditioner, no telephone, just a table, a chair, and a fan. But this was a big boon for me. However, my first few months at the district courts and handling several cases in the fora gave me valuable experience across vast and distinct fields. It connected me to the common. This proved immensely helpful during my tenure as a judge. Delhi High Court and the district courts had judges of impeccable integrity, knowledge, and razor sharp. I was particularly influenced by Justice Ranganathan, Justice Awadh Bihari Rotke, Justice Rajendra Sachar, Justice Jain. Later, I had the privilege to appear and argue cases before Justice R.C. Rehoti, Justice S.P. Sinha, and Justice Ajay. Let me put it, as a judge, the law arrives in all its breadth. The roster shift, the matters change, and one is expected to come up to the speed quickly, thoroughly, and complete. It's an exacting exercise. No other work can give you this experience and satisfaction. Let me share 3 important experiences I've had as a judge. What moved me most in the Delhi High Court was my interaction with the young boys and girls and their family in the habeas corpus. I saw these courageous young citizens challenge societal norms to choose who they would like to live with. Often their family eventually accepted their life choice. To make them feel at ease, I avoided the adversarial setting of the court. Instead, legal aid counsels would meet them over a cup of tea in my chamber to offer comfort and remind them they were not alone. These moments gave me immense hope in the justice delivery system's potential, not just to resolve conflicts and disputes, but to drive social change and affirm human dignity. My second experience was as the chairperson of NALSA, which proved very impactful. I interacted with jail inmates, including under trial, socially conscious police officers, committed paralegal volunteers, and villagers who are aware of their rights. India is unique in that legal aid is not a privilege but a right given by law. It is extended not only to the accused but also to victims, family, and others. While our legal aid framework is strong, we need more advocates to embrace their core of duty by offering pro bono service to the needy. The third aspect which impacted me was the diverse schools of thought at court. Polyvocality, despite problems, ensures varied presentations across multiple benches, acknowledges an array of perspectives within the jury. Though our voices may differ, there is harmony across the benches that shape the law. It enables the court to be more accessible and responsive towards litigants' needs who come from corners of the country. During my tenure, I have heard myself being described as by the book judge, a conservative one when it comes to giving. To ask myself honestly if there is a truth in this or something else or some correction is required, I analyze. I turn to data and the nature of cases in which I was strict. As a judge hearing criminal appeals in the High Court, I found that I have overturned conviction in about 30 to 35% of cases, which figure was almost the same as any other bench. The difference was acquittals were more in cases argued by Mike than those argued by the counsel. Same is true of the income tax matters, as I never allowed technicality of law to become a scruple for doing justice. For instance, I took a firm stand in cases involving circular transactional companies where dubious tactics were clearly at play. As my law clerks remind me, one of my often repeated phrases, let's not make a hypothetical. Our job as judges is to apply law in full measure. It is equally our duty to recognize that when law gives flexibility, to ensure that the right and wrong are dealt with appropriate. We often warn ourselves against dangers of bias, but we rarely do speak in the quiet harm caused when a judge lacks psychological strength. A judge's job is not to dominate the courtroom, but neither is it to surrender. To give a lawyer a fair hearing without fear, favor, or prejudice is a sacred responsibility. And beyond competence, a judge must possess an inner calm, mental resilience, and ability to remain unruffled, even in face of gravest provocation. As I step down from the bench, I like to speak about something which bothers me: truth deficit in our. As a judge, above all, is a seeker of truth. Mahatma Gandhi believed that truth is God, not just spiritual sense, but as an ideal to strive for. As truth is just not a fact, it is a legal force. And yet we come across cases of concealment and deliberate misstatement of fact. I believe this stems from a mistaken belief that unless some padding is introduced in the evidence, a case would not. This mindset is not only wrong, but it does not work. In fact, it complicates the process, making the court's job significantly harder. Because behind every falsehood, we are forced to dig deeper and longer to uncover the truth. Today, Today, we are also witnessing a sea change in the legal profession. The courtroom dynamics are shifting from being driven by oratory skills to being shaped by subject matter expertise. As preparation standards rise, it is essential for the bar to focus on becoming domain expert. The bar should also make a conscious effort to explore fora of alternate dispute resolution mechanisms like mediation. The Supreme Court has made great stride in increasing the number of mediators as well providing training to the mediators. The day is not far when mediation will be chosen over litigation as a default mode of dispute resolution. Mediation is just not settling dispute. It is about finding solutions that meets the needs and interests of the party involved. I'll just like to share one aspect before I conclude, and that is one goal which I've been able to partially achieve. For the first time in several years, we have achieved a case clearance ratio of more than 100%, reaching 100%. In simple terms, the Supreme Court disposed of more cases than they were filed, allowing us to reduce the backlog for the first time. I must thank all my colleagues and the members of the bar without whose cooperation could not have happened. I must also thank the officers working in the registry who ensured that we were able to implement many of the laws, including the revamping of Section 1. I have a lot of people to thank for shaping my journey, as I said before, but now I come to leave. I just took out a list of the judges with whom I had occasion and privilege to sit with, and the list goes to 45. I cannot possibly take everybody's name, but I'm really indebted to each one who I have sat with for their support and acting as a check and balance. When we engage in thoughtful debates in chambers, or when we see a case completely differently, that is when I learn the most. What makes our court special isn't that we are able to think alike. It is that we don't. Each one of us brings something different. Now, Justice Bhushan Gavai, my dear friend to whom I'm passing the baton, there is something about Justice Gavai's style which I've always admired. He's remarkably approachable and invariably has something figured out. No fuss, no complications, he keeps it simple. His brilliance comes without pomp and show. It's just who he is. The court wouldn't be in better hands. Congratulations, Justice Gavai. We're all looking forward to your innings. Moving on, my team in my courtroom and the residential office. In my residential office in my house, I was ably assisted by my PPS, Kamesh, Chetan, Vipin, Ashish and Umesh. At the courtroom, I was assisted by Mr. R.S. Narayanan, Deepak, Babita and Sanjay. My chauffeurs, Subhash and Sachin. My residential staff including Surinder Yadav, Nandaram, Surinder Kumar, Rajesh, Vinod, Shiv, Mithilesh, Ramesh, Raman, Abuja, Rai Singh, Anuj and Sahib. My PSOs, Dinesh, Ajay and Vinay. To my law clerks who have worked with me in the Supreme Court, Mansi, Shreyas, Nitin, Rajat, Pranav, Ayush, Ananya, Sambhav, Aditya and Har. To my current set of law clerks, Sayan, Prithviraj, Nayanka and Rosh. I take great pride in the fact that all of them are first generation lawyers. It is my law clerks who selected the next batch of the law. Their sincerity, hard work and fresh thinking have been great support, and I wish them all the best in their career. My family, to whom I have not been able to give time they deserve, Asha, Parul, Ravi, Uday, Tavish, and my brother and my sister-in-law, Mahem and Rupali. You have been my constant support, the quiet strength behind. While I was caught up in the demands of the profession, you stood with me with patience and understanding. As I turn the page, I look forward to spending more times with you. I must admit, I am not as poetic as the president of the Supreme Court Bar Association. But as I take your leave, I like to read out few lines which I penned down with the help of my law clerks, not mine alone. There is house built of red sandstone, a central dome and high ceiling, quiet libraries and bustling canteen, tense debate, prayers and relief. This is a place we call the Supreme Court. This is a place where justice finds a home. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Don't forget to share your comments and subscribe to Kanoon Plus channel, friends.